Maneva na sema PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
This one will be a there.
Who see there to sir. This one TV who am sure deeds are brand to one more D. No me good team Dawson. Knowledge, you know, I'm we powerful. That's how I see you.
Thank you.
That's how I see you. But in that, and some good first batch of evacuated Ghanaians from South Africa, no Yamiatum, one the Fiamepo confirms or Hinequames, Kwame Frimpong's arrest under fraud and money laundering investigation in the Netherlands. The Attorney General backs Supreme Court case seeking to end party delegate system. A party that BOG direct MTN to suspend Momo to bank account charges. So I know mommy saying which one you want us to start with?
Oh, I think a bit me start to say the city now.
Okay.
So first one here, South Africans, Ghana for more South Africa or Mobafi. I think a relief. And a good news, and it also takes governance to a certain level, because my culture said the major responsibility of every government anywhere, will be cater for the welfare of the people in your country, especially the marginalized, especially the baby. We've had instances at play on the world stage. U.S. citizen one was held somewhere in Africa. U.S. as a country, as small soldiers, as through undercover to recover. There has been instances in the Korea War. Some American soldiers died in 1950 somewhere. Recently, America did everything possible to ensure the remains of those soldiers who were somewhere in 1950 were brought back to their family, just to give the family closure. That is what countries do. And in recent times, Africa, we've had instances in Middle East, and sometimes the treatment there are Ghanaians in Libya. Treatment very often the government has always been very reluctant in going to the aid of some of these people. Sometimes individuals quite a because in the past we say Canada, Japan finance some of the ladies so for this time round the state realizing this particular danger way enemy now move in pooling resources together to bring these people back to Ghana. Actually say governance to certain extent has been taken to a different level where the average Ghanaian is being prioritized government. And quite recently I think one Ghanaian also caught up in Ukraine who the foreign minister or go all over to Ukraine to engage through a diplomatic channel just to ensure that these Ghanaians Russia enlisted them to go to the front lines to fight Ukraine capture this discussion went on some of these things currency you might not want to put a certain value on it, but a governance centered or anchored on your friends Nipan and Kasa welfare, and for me it's very 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 important. I say abaso and chief of staff and other dignitaries met them at the airport, gave them that welcome. Now actually say Ghana is indeed ready, but their integration to the society is maybe a main interest because Nipan or mobile some were even though a voluntary evacuation and by force Ghana Nibi or South Africa be ambra. But why we are willing to come considering the situation because there is no indication that the South African government will do anything to stop this nonsense. It's going to reoccur every year. Yes. So more say the future then is very bleak for them. Decide that we will come home. So how do we integrate them into the society? Because I said can obi or yen adwuma or na waja na waba obi nya prepared na se for no kwanya ebefa so some assistance be or and I think a package was prepared for them. Government we don't know details need a womb, but I hope that particular package will be enough to set some of them up. Your friends are working idle. So be banner by working idle in the next year you find them in another country because obi a why na just say o to kwan no say wanya ade ade be born asetena wo krom ha ya the next time you find some of them in Kuwait, you find some of them in Egypt, then as for them I think that particular initiative, government will have to focus. Now, a gentleman who came back first and was lucky enough for Ibrahim Mahama just gave me a package and some incentive and I was setting up. And I'm not sure that everybody will have such opportunity. But the little ones now, a bit more integrity or some will have to go to even counseling. Then I said for by hand on some of these things that we don't even prioritize. And then I said for because the horrific scene and then the torture. And then near my man for farm, I am near my one here, a big job, psychologically. So I think that I am concerned about the economic welfare of these people, how they can be integrated, how economically we set it up. Back to South Africa. I think that South Africa said in a message catcher no, but we are still through no, or they are still stuck in the past, living in the 11th century kind of mindset and model because baby we are still through. You need an amount for ababaji maya bosso. And the ordinary citizens no better go say yakobo man for apamamo. Purely barbaric, primitive. So primitive got the understatement. This is absolute nonsense. I need to play. But this thing has been happening, reoccurring, and the South African government has done nothing about it because for the political cause, a war because the impression is that as a buyer, they create a Juma. That is the impression they create. Now, one of citizens but these citizens in South Africa don't grant permission and visas to people to travel into the country. It's the same government, and there is no indication that migrants have taken over jobs in South Africa. No. Nigeria for no Ghana for no mukono adwuma dodo na ye averagely no aye etirebo and Nigeria for so timi be supermarket. These are not jobs are buying na create Ghana for akoteki. So even private sector kwa na ebimu ye mechanics, they are working based on the skill set that they have, you understand? So omo mote hono dodo na no skills and skills they don't even have. Some of them are so lazy to the extent that they are not ready to lift their finger to do anything. And oh yes, now you will not be resourceful in any of the enterprises that has been set up. So the people no more be human or prefer hiring foreigners at your seat. I don't realize that also when the question says you found the work campaign mama skill set or whatever. There is absolutely nothing, you understand? So I think the South African government will have to sit their asses down and begin to realize we are seeing you can't even rely on your own people when it comes to say America is where it is today. Because from the beginning, they allowed in the finals from all countries, gave them a citizenship. And today, America has become the global star. I will be a person, and the individuals are more involved. Now, Donald Trump was president. He is not even an American.
I mean, yes, Scottish.
Ne papa every Europe.
I think they are from,
yes, either Germany or
German.
Exactly.
And I'm here Scottish.
Obama by president from Kenya. Uko your friends England recently. There was this Indian guy who became a prime minister, and now Uko UK Parliament and now. Abayiwa now the leader for the conservative, no? She's from Nigeria. You understand? So you must be dumb at this time of the world to think you're pushing everybody away. You look at how you bet me take advantage. So a man for Ukrum, now they have illegal permitter. It is the responsibility of the government to ensure you take them out, not an individual. And for me, it's very sickening because so here the role that African countries play in securing independence for South Africa. Almost Africa country being independence. Now South Africa was still choking under the weight of apartheid. It took, your friend is saying, consensus from among African nations. I built a strong front against this apartheid thing. I'm a man for a fight, and son of South Africa was finally liberated. The ANC, which is the political party leading South Africa, was nurtured outside South Africa. Among foreign normal finance countries like Zambia, countries like Ghana, countries like Nigeria, Sika the finance war just to ensure that we even give some of them opportunity to educate outside South Africa. Because Now they were not even given the blacks opportunity to go to school. You understand? So with this particular history, you must be guided in the way I will treat others. But this thing has been playing out. Men can't say Nigeria neighbor will come now or commit a crime. Watch on. No. Men can't say Ghana neighbor no permit. Watch on. No. But you see, there are appropriate ways to go about this, especially having this history at the back of your mind. But you sit and look for this nonsense to play out where people preach hate, and then as if one say they should go back to their country and fix their country. Who told you that South Africa is fixed? Because South Africa is fixed there. And you will not be fighting because I'm not for taking Unyuma. And it means that the country itself is not fixed. They are foreigners living in their own country because the whites now and the control South Africa businesses everything. Yes. You understand? Leaving these black people who should rather be working with these people just to ensure what they deserve, they get. You are oblivious to this reality. Then you are fighting people coming in, bringing businesses, bringing money into your country to grow. It's totally primitive.
South Africa. Almost these boys and a control BBI of South Africa. I'm telling you, when it comes to businesses, one more the boys that is these Indians, few Chinese.
And the name of more sign implications. Nigeria can fight back. Ghana can fight back. Makato say MTN other businesses and Nigeria
started.
Exactly. They can do the same. I mean, they are doing it. I think it's appropriate because you cannot be launching this nonsense of attack on people annually and begin to think, say, oh no, you have exclusive certain way be able to hear this nonsense and get away.
This gold fields or whatever.
Exactly. Recently, Ghana soldier for ball. Your friends are Ghana for two because almost on my invaded site. But that is a South African company. But look at the nonsense that they are subjecting people to in this. So I think apart from this diplomatic arrangement that Ghana we've done to bring our people back home, I think the government will have to send a strong message to the South Africans, Omu monopoly over some of this nonsense. And that's Omu repeating some of these things because I'm not sure that every Ghanaian will come back home. This thing is going to play out next year, the following year, and the following year. As long as they continue to do this, it will get to the neck of Ghanaians. Manfor will start a reprisal attack, which may not be good for all of us, you understand? And this is a name I seek to avoid. But it will get to a time if this nonsense continues, nobody can control. Because individuals will begin to also do some of these
mobilize and do.
Exactly. Family. Nigeria they have, and you have businesses. So it turned out that Obi a fighting we do you think it will play out well? But I don't blame these narrow-minded individuals doing this nonsense. I blame the government. Because the government over the years has sat aloof. They have never punished anybody.
It's politics.
Yes, they are incentivizing and motivating some of these narrow-minded individuals to go about unleashing terror and mayhem on foreigners. When the government is supposed to protect these people, you understand? Make sure you do the necessary arrangement, get the person out. But you as a citizen, now when I'm open what you now share Nigeria, can you even ask the persons or documents?
No. Immigration for
exactly. So the best you can do is to call migration and say, "Who Nigeria ni bi otia may suspect." That is the best you can do. You cannot confront the person. But these are people who have been allowed beating people and they are recording. You understand? About 2 years ago, Omukobu Nigeria ni bi store gum and I know Musa look at how shameful it is. Exactly. So I'm on a crime there. I'm on in the Koba. Crime ne prostitution. That is what they do best. You understand? And I think you must be dumb to think you can survive with some of these things because always and always there will be a pushback. It's unfortunate that our government over the years, having been very frontal in dealing with some of these things. Because I think the time has come out. That's send a strong warning to them because rely on AU, rely on ECOWAS or these regional bodies, over the years have proven to be very impotent, very inefficient. So you can't rely them to execute anything proper. It must be done through state to state. Your friends a level. Send them a strong message. You do this, we will make sure that we answer your baby almost answer. So I think so more back in there. Yeah, making sure that their integration will be good. Now, or make and apart from that particular place, there are people who are also going through similar challenges our Middle East. Now, besides that, they are never Ghana and Yafa plains or Middle East. They are Brabon now, Quacobono. To do na modern day slavery. One year na when we are never signing as a form. And these are the ordeals young people are going through because if you know the someone who deserve no kabrania tama corruption, what they deserve no.
Don't you
it's
think,
in the pocket of somebody?
Don't you think, Ivan, it is also the responsibility of government to also create jobs, enough jobs for the youth?
Oh yeah.
Say no, honum baby. It's very essential.
Yes, because youth unemployment is very important, and then the fuel some of these things. Because some of the young ladies who go into some of these things, because and the sad aspect is that they don't even pay them well.
No, they don't pay
there
them.
Are some taken as low as 2,000 after traveling all the way. Now
I see.
Yes, they pay them as low as 3,000 Ghana cedis. Na nyuma mo ye enya de keto na officer adwuma okroma na sabe ye 2,000 kra obetu kwan. So I think say we need to prioritize youth unemployment. Now you making sure say employment opportunities will also be created for some of these people. But why I don't want to dwell on that point is that even say enyuma busen kra na people will still travel.
Of course, yes.
And that does not give anybody the right to abuse anybody. Na say Ghana ha ye way. America for her. China is the second largest economy in the world. Chinese are over in Ghana. So among for Ghana has nothing to do with whether there are job opportunities or not job opportunities. Oh yeah, they need and there are genuine those who also travel because of unemployment. So I think that in all these things, we must begin to create job opportunities for young people. I bet me a grand more because obi or Ghana all year Juma said be otiminya 5,000 4,000 all year grounded, will not be going to some of these pitiful countries. They will live here, and the little contribution that they can also make to make this country grow. I think they will do. A priority as but Ghana Nico Egypt. Now besides who to Egypt because if it is about economic opportunity, you will not go. There are some countries you don't go for economic opportunities. For instance, last time I catch Roby, the Padula said before my bag is all China said for economic opportunity. No, because that particular place, I built for trade and commerce. You cannot go there and say that is why you don't see a lot of people traveling to China to go and live there. They go there to do business. But places like America, you can go and have a better economic life. That is why people go there. Germany and co. So if you don't see these dynamics, now if you say you are just traveling for traveling's sake, some of the countries are not built for your friends who call for prosperity. Years, what I say. So I think that we must begin to understand these dynamics. But I commend government for this bold initiative because way and over the years, you will always be ready to ensure when the people are in low spirit, when the people are down, when the people become impoverished, when people become vulnerable, they will have a government to rely. A government will intercede on their behalf. And then their governance, and I think that I commend the president for doing that.
All right. All right. My I don't know if. Do you believe in this delegate system when it comes to politics? Because there was a case with Supreme Court, and Attorney General back Supreme Court case seeking to end party delegate system.
Yeah, before I buy no, so my men can't other more the issue no the
Kwame from Pong.
Yes,
na arrest no.
Who said the last time better I am a catcher say when the FBI come calling a joke. The FBI and your investigation and their chin ya na ya ba tamo. Then now my catcher so we hear monocrasa and you sorry. No. The FBI, when it comes to some of this fraud, your friend is saying money laundering kind of investigation that they launch now, they have a department that is dedicated solely for some of these things. They have time, pressure be in your muscle. It doesn't change their methodology, their timelines, everything. when it comes to some of these things. So the very moment they move in on an individual, what it means is that you circulate the extent of your involvement. But the last time I catch it said, what they do is that post 2001, your friend is saying bombing in America, no? They've been very much concerned about terrorism financing, this jihadist kind of way, and the other stuff. So whenever monies are being moved around that, US might want to follow the money and see where the money is going, who and who is involved, whether the money is going into terrorism financing, going to a certain jihadist group, going to this, and now say a human trafficking network. They want to understand the scope of the network. So you might be pulling out dollars, but what is our smart? We are free, baby, but you are dumb enough to understand the financial system and we are saying the shift financial way, it was built by America. Every single dollar that moves through this system is tracked. That is why IMF and other Bretton Woods institution can sit somewhere at the end of the year. They can tell us how much dollars came into Ghana, because the financial system, they can track everything. So you must be an idiot to think that America now what for Sikana Abagana Aje Aquajino Bank at the show bottom and nobody will find out. You must be dumb. The mere fact that move on you doesn't mean say we are smart and some of these guys are so dumb now. So when you Sikana, the way they even spend it, throwing about and then as a phone man, I also because FBI, my catcher man for say they are not living in America. They are here right here with us. Exactly, because Ghana is full of foreign saying intelligence services agents all over, and they know everything.
In fact, they are here with us.
So move on you, now they have way. So the very moment the gentleman was mentioned, I said to myself, then we are in danger because it might not be me. I like his politics. Ever since Obriki into your political scene, the gentleman has done a lot of good things. The constituency has been advocating for young people and is very vocal on social media. In fact, we are bringing certain modernity to politics. I'm a politics. I there. When the constituency, a lot of development or champion for a man for. But in the past life before politics, and maybe that is where this whole thing is. And at the early stages, just your friend is saying accusation, allegation, alleged against him. Our investigations ongoing until proven guilty by a court of competent jurisdiction. Some of sitting here, I can't pronounce him guilty. But I'm doing this general analysis just to let people know, sir. In recent times, Ghana, Nigeria has been on the radar of the FBI, the friends fraud list. First in Nigeria, Ghana has been added to that particular list, and there are the syndicate running around there, Ghana, Nigeria related. But Nigeria found the yes, and so I be sure my Ghana here. Yes, and sir, and I make us some of this money move a network, one person cannot move. A syndicate, and there are Ghanaians living in the USA. Involved, and the funny aspect is that some of the guys who are being mentioned are not directly involved in the scam there, but you see, last in America, some musicians have gotten themselves involved. Some big pastors have gotten themselves involved because they have the clout. Some have foreign accounts and as for nipa no ba approach you so me person meji me sika bi from way account my main from mama say and I'm also we greedy into you will not even ask questions. Then the person will put the money into your account. Now what share amount. You are implicating yourself because Sika $200,000 if I will be account and you move $50,000 amount. It means that you are part of the whole bit. You understand? So a lot of people have gotten themselves into some of these things. But the US today is being smart because there are a lot of guys in Ghana now they can't even travel because the very moment you travel they will pick you because Abu Trika case now the intricacies involved, the back and forth. Say the next move, they will not come here for the MP. He has diplomatic immunity. He has what we call the offense parliamentary shield. And so Abu Trika, ordinary person, US for Bass on Befa, you see the trouble. So they will never move in say on Befa MP or Kroma. So on Beta Utua, then over there is no those immunity in and I think that is a strategy that they are adopting. So there are a lot of people who may travel and may not come back if you are involved or you are on the list of these people then as a forum, because they realize they're going through this whole Herculean process of going through court indictment. There is this a sentiment among young people say I didn't think I can know for that this kind of dynamics will not let the FBI come here say before be but to kind there so now over here ranting me be too kind. They didn't know said they were traveling into their own prison way. The very moment they landed, none of foul. That is what is going to happen because over there, no, you will not have the luxury of they call court because why repatriate you when they call. So I think say Sanyama where air indictment on us as people because what we say at the end the best will come here. Sikabet member to be account when Nipano on ton Kobe on ton money on ton cement. Now Sika almost $300,000 a account na state na clear is it means the state is culpable. You understand? So you cannot blame anybody because in any responsible country when certain amount of money drop it into your account, you should be able to answer for these things. But you are creating enough room for some of these things to happen. And the USA will not trust the government of the day because we have built the systems and the structures in such a way say now you think that they will engage you. No, even if they will engage you, it will be at a limited level. That is why this MP was perceived to be, at least there should have been some discussion then as a forum. But I think even if there was a discussion, it will be limited. But many sure say na you could him say or kwa bontem or makwa channel e bia kwa nkomo notify na say for not. So I think say as a state realizing this we must begin to do things right. Now you making sure say certain stringent financial measures will be taken just to ensure say some of these things on our own you bet me aye answer yes I lose credibility because a time will come we are Ghana near now we to kwanya the omodi Nigeria for farm no omodi ever the same thing because when you are branded as fraudulent kind of way among for who too you might go in to do genuine business but people will not trust you understand. So on this MP case initially now man for you or bow but it has been almost how many ways almost 3 weeks in here but so continue social media who say no Kwame say Kwame from Pon na kasa I don't know I think they are very old video yeah because I think they initially he went back to UK. And according to sources, I think so on the area any issues my police case my by social media so watching. Then I think he did a video say that video, so I think it is that video that people are playing today. So but this is a different issue altogether. And I think we need to follow. I don't want your friends they are watching coffee hanging Ghana for coma sitting MP or boko kid don't come me now for over 10 years before they go you see because we are smarter. You can't just arrest an individual. Arresting an individual will not stop the flow of whatever illicit trade the person is doing. So you put monitors on that person and then you see on your sikana when the point of contact near when sikana or tonwa hen or defa then as you need to understand the network and sana be move in or move in because you're kwani yakwache some of these people they don't even talk. But fortunately Ghana for no more and I think that some of them were singing like bird. And the amount so sometimes most of the information we here to indict some of these people, the witnesses, everything, quite clear and it's easy to prosecute because there is nobody on modern half and ready. And I never say there are a lot of Ghanaians living in the USA who are now in jail because of some of these things. About 20 people. Ghana for America, they have been prosecuted and all of them have been jailed. Some are on probation, some were given limited sentences and so forth. But because they are not in Ghana, you don't hear some of these things. So it's an ongoing kind of way. The very moment your name is mentioned, it means, sir, you will need to do something just to ensure, sir, so for me, I think, sir, I'm quite scared. I like the gentleman, I like the way he does his politics. Me say, the political life in the minimum.
Yeah.
Ever since a transition year, by Yanso as a minor, there be a mecase a dufudia nekuyan. Politics na ye and Quabrane big to me call a village baby. Oh, my bubu my son then you me seen for oh school my bubu me seen for Quabrane tenase winning who say he found a sican fra or neighbor. Yet the answer yeje. Now my son lie a quackwaje. That is what we are interested in. Where the monies are coming from, we don't check. You understand? Yeah. So in recent times, it's all here politics yeah. Who was the kind of problem automatically there, you win your seat and go. It's answer, this money is where are they coming from? So these are lessons that we need to learn that going forward, you know. I see a den share and near Magua. Sika Frabonting, Eba Krum Haseno, man for the politics, not just politics, but other businesses as well. No, we must begin to vet and know where those monies are coming from. Because if you're not careful, somebody may go for drug barons' money to come and run campaign here. In Colombia. We still remember what is happening in Mexico quite recently, El Chapo and in the days, how they were able to infiltrate the political machinery in Mexico. We used to find out this drug trade as a phenomenon. If you are not careful, we may slip into some of these things. So I think that Nina coming back to the state, the measures that we can put in place to ensure that some of these things, you know, are prevented. Now, Parliament, and so at their level, at the diplomatic level, you know, they need to engage us to ensure, say, brands here not a innocent. Parliament must fight a cause and get him back. But dealing with the USA and the FBI is a different ball game altogether. I can't just say, Blatter, no, untouchable. No, be a crime to be invited on Sanko Canada. But when the FBI went calling, you know, they drag him on the floor, and there's a blatter. A distance memory in our head. The very moment they move on you and they have credible intel, say indeed you are responsible, there are evidence to back, say you are involved or not.
Ambrani yejuma.
No. And to say obenya or software and what castle or partner or Bobby Pono Pacho. That is what they do in this particular country. It's the reason why this nonsense keep playing out. I'm sure say the due process will happen. If he's innocent, he will come back and continue. But if he's not, then I think we should be preparing for by-election.
All right. So let's do one story here and we go. Attorney General backs Supreme Court case seeking to end party delegate system. We either do that or we do Bank of Ghana, that's BOG, direct MTN to suspend Momo to bank account charges.
Yes, I think the AG issue now court no. I think on several platforms, I say your political system the weakest link just delegate system. I say some corrupt way be and man for use as an opportunity to solicit and then just solicit Kurano the extorting money
to from siphon money
exactly possible candidate baby and to say all the brilliant ideas, you have the ingenuity, everything to lead your political party.
But Ivan, assuming without admitting, say if the court rules crash or the court comes out say, okay, there's never going to be any delegates, but send the pounds on a trouble.
Oh no, even this particular court then, I think that you see. We can come out with I think Parliament can cure this thing better than your friend saying than court. But I don't see how court is going to dictate to a political party what they should do when it comes to electing a flag bearer. No, I think we see a political party Parliament has that particular power. I'll bet me certain basic guidelines that we need to go through. But for a court to rule, I doubt. Even though it was Supreme Court today, I doubt how the Supreme Court is going to tell political parties, say, for crime be say so you candidate. I doubt. Because we must have a political system. Designer, structurally viable, template. Within that, a political party can find convenience around it to elect whoever. But for a Supreme Court to tell political party going forward, every register, we are going to tell you how you are going to elect your candidate. I doubt. They might come out with a framework. Restricted. But this particular one is seeking a very restrictive approach to electing political party leadership. Which for me, I don't see viable under the current circumstances. And I think that Parliament will prefer, your friend is a viable option rather than with the court system. Say yeah, they act by about regulating political parties acting in as a forum.
Yeah.
So we have to find a way of making sure say a certain framework is raised within that particular your friend say act, you know, about regulating how political party will go about some of these things. Than say a court going to give a prescription, say political parties should allow everybody holding the card to be part of that party. It's practically going to be impossible, because in proposing that, you know, then the financing of such a larger election must also be considered by the court.
Exactly.
And we live in a country where political parties are not financed by the state. You understand? So I think it's early days yet. And at this time, you know, the viability of the court option, you know, even though over the years, and I've spoken against the delegate system, like I just said, but in dealing with it, you know, I think the approach must be very meticulous. Now, approach a very long lasting. Maybe a certain legislative framework will come to regulate how we're going to do it, rather than the court prescription and as a forum. And because I don't see how viable the court option is going to be so far as the implementation of this good idea is concerned.
All right, that's good. But sir, MTN, I don't know if say unya message in video. MTN starting from, is it 1st June? MTN from Momo to bank accounts, you know, charges will be. I mean, there's going to be 0.75% charges on it. I know that Namsoma, Fenyo Makin, can say, oh. Since they assigned the e-levy, no assign Abba, your finance are quite so as a Quakofa e-levy, no John Dramani Mahama.
Some of these concept politics and I think they're Ghana for them. Because I find your mark into parliament in himself. Every single tax I imposed by the state will have to go through parliamentary ratification. Nobody can impose a tax. So that was a decision by the financial institution I regulate it. What people don't get MTN is different from the Momo part. So the Momo is running on MTN platform, which is owned by MTN. I think that and I am major stakeholder, and there are fintech institutional Ghana for true shareholding. I am part of it. So the mobile money component, you know, and MTN there. Like solely the telecom is a different thing, but it is operating on the platform of MTN. What I say? So it is purely under the BOG. Because it is a financial institution different from the MTN telecos. And you know, you cannot be putting your friends up Bank of Ghana anywhere, because Bank of Ghana is a regulator. So that is why Bank of Ghana issued a statement that you cannot unilaterally sit there and say that I am imposing taxes. And I think they have even started charging people. Because I do a lot of transfer from bank to mobile, and very often I see some of these charges. So indirectly, some of these companies are robbing us. Because you can start trying. So who sending money from your wallet to your bank account to, you will see, say, who transfer 10,000. You will see certain charges that will be imposed on. It's not zero. You understand? So I think Bank of Ghana is appropriate quickly to resolve some of these things, because we cannot allow some of these individuals and foreigners, our company making profit, you know, to be operating at the brand side of now the Bank of Ghana as a regulator quickly, you know. I think and the finance minister, I saw a statement and I said for them, so per se what the etwoba and say financial challenge be about, you think say yes be found one a proposal and a then you engage the various stakeholders and you regulator to have a discussion. Then you agreed at a point, because and some of these things, you know, and yet the normal tax system but I think that quickly enough, you know, the government intervening in this particular regard is also good. I like the swift response go about dealing with some of these things, because you see over the years, you know, we experience this sort of lackadaisical attitude on the part of government, where nearby you expect a binary so move in, no. everybody sit and fold. But now, no, you see a certain reaction from government, and for me, I think that is positive. For instance, South Africa issue by a back and forth. Yeah, government has moved in. Ghana near China or Ukraine, quickly government has moved in, and then I'm attempting here to introduce this particular way. Quickly, government has moved in. That is a sign of good governance. I think, we need to commend the government. They're making sure, the paramount interest of the average and the ordinary Ghanaian will continue to remain the uttermost priority of government, and not the interest of a certain parochial interest of a certain few individuals who benefit at the end of the day. Because abayan amamuna ekosono. Ghana Fontina Ecoso. Everything must benefit the Ghanaian, and that is what the government, as a principal custodian, must commit to safeguarding. And for me, that is my point. So I think we need to engage to ensure that some of these things, Ghana, the interest to be safeguarded.
That is Ivan for you. Yes, Ivan Kyei Innocent, political and policy analyst, and also youth activist. I always say,
PENDREAM TV. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.